In this video, we're gonna proceed in MUDBOX using more tools, and we're gonna see how we can start to define the overall shape using the sculpting tools and the brushes that we have at our disposal here. So I started with the new scene and I just selected the head. So you can do the same by using this sample, and we're going to use this to start to model something in MUDBOX. Now, in the previous videos, we saw mainly how we can import and also how we can use the software to manage the object that we import, and also how we can create the samples. So we started with really basic notions, but we also anticipated something about the textures, the normal maps that we can then use to create details and so on. So we focus also in the jewelry part in the previous video. So we talk a little bit about jewelry and how we can manage it in MUDBOX, but we can sculpt anything, and this could be again a product, a jewel, or like a creature, an alien, could be a character, could be furniture, whatever. Now, just as we can take inspiration from 3D models and use them as references, we can also do this with images. So if we search for images on the web, let's say that I want to create like an alien head or something like that, I can look for images to take inspirations. Now, I can use these images just like this, just by checking those in a search engine, or I can use them as actual reference planes in MUDBOX. So if I want this image right here, this is an image that you can find on the web. It's called Alien by the Becky author here. So you have all the information here and the type of license. So this is CC BY, so it's we need to credit the author, but we already did. And so you can go and search for images and use them again as reference images, or you can just leave them and that's it. But I'm going to show you how you can bring it inside MUDBOX. So what we're going to do here is use this as a front image. Now, usually that's the most important reference that you want, the frontal image, especially if you're talking about a face, a head, or a character. That's going to be a really important part. So I'm going to go in the object list on the right, and then here you can see that I have like a main container, which is the scene, and inside I have these 4 views that are already set up for me. These are 4 cameras essentially, and we are now in the perspective, and then we have a light, a material, and the head that we just added. Now these circles here, they work as on and off buttons about layers. So these are object list layers. This works as like Photoshop layers, so you can just turn them on, turn it off, or like AutoCAD layers. And this second column here, it's a little bit invisible, but this is for locking. So when you lock, you protect that particular object from being transformed or sculpted or whatever. You just want to like preserve that. So if you want to do that, just use the lock, and you will find it also there in the edit. And you can see we have like different cameras: top cameras, side camera, front camera. Now this is the one we want to use at the moment, but you can also use the others. And if you click there, you expand this hierarchy, this list, you can see that there are like things inside other things. And inside the camera, you have the image plane and you have the stencil. Now, stencil is for actually painting onto the object using images. But right now, we want to use the image just as a reference. So I'm going to use the image plane, and I'm going to say on. So now the image is on, but is still not visible, but because you can see that there is no image there. Now we also see on the bottom left those commands, those features. Those are for the stencil tool, but we're gonna see those later. We're gonna focus on how to use image references. So click on import. On the import button, select the image. Now you can also get more images if you want to like have more references, and you can use like illustration, like vector graphics like that, or you can use like more realistic. Well, it doesn't matter because you need to like recreate your own model based on that reference. So this is just a reference anyway. And again, you can see nothing happens here. If I turn this on and off, if I turn the layer on and off, nothing changes because we are not actually in the front view. So don't be deceived by the view cube, which is telling that we are in the front. You need to right click. Now, if you right click on the model, you access to this menu. If you right click on another part of the space, you can access these other like pop-up settings. So you can turn on and off the light, the wireframe. So basically these are the view settings, the viewport settings. So if you go there and you want to switch view, you can see now you have top, you have side, you have front, and then you have perspective. Now we need to move into the front. Now, you can also add more reference images using other planes. And there are so many websites there that offer public domain pictures that you can use. This one here is a 3D alien actually already. And this one here is more realistic. So you can get all these to, try to recreate the same thing in terms of not only the model, but also the various details and the material and the lighting as well, and the rendering, the final rendering. So that's our main goal. That's the final goal, is to get a realistic alien probably, or character, but you can also create like more cartoonish characters. And also if you search for front, side, and top images, that's going to be better because you're going to have like more references. So the front view is fine, but well, also for furniture or vehicles like cars, automotive design, and so on, they usually have like more than one view because you need to be more precise. And the more references you have, the more side you have, and the more you can like be accurate and get closer to the actual model that you want to do. Now this is not even a perfect frontal image, so we need to use this just as a reference. Again, it's kind of a perspective a little bit, but we can use that. It's just an inspiration. We don't need to create like the same exact alien in this case. So I'm just going to use the front image for this example, and it's going to be here. And well, we can also decrease the visibility, otherwise it's going to like override everything. So that's kind of opacity, transparency setting that's really useful when you want to like um, combine those two, or like make them overlapping, like synchronize the two so that you can see the reference image, but you want to work on your 3D model. So you need to find a comfortable situation where you can work. So you can also change the depth, so you can bring it in front or in the back there. I think it's better in the front, where in my opinion, I find myself more comfortable with the image on the front, but with a low opacity. So high transparency that lets me see the model there in the back. Then you can adjust the image. So you can change the position using translation. So basically we are moving on the X and on the epsilon and on the Z. So you can use those just as we are moving a plane in our 2D space. Now this is a 2D space. We cannot orbit here. We can just pan and zoom, and we can rotate the image. We can also scale it. So we can also distort it if we change like the ratio. So we change the proportions. If we want to have like a thinner alien or like a fat alien, we can change that. We can change the proportions. Well, I like the look of this, and I just scale it so that I can zoom in and zoom out. I'm using the scroll wheel to zoom, and if you want to use the pan, you press the scroll wheel and you hold the Alt key pressed. So it's similar to the 3D navigation system, but this time we are in 2D. So you can see I'm making like matching the two elements, like the 2D image and the 3D model. So the more they get like well matching or overlap, the better I can use this as a reference image. And well, let's talk about now some basic tools here, some basic brushes. Now, there are some brushes that are more useful when you are like modeling or defining the overall shape or generic shape. So this is what